Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. We done it. We got top four. 10 games left to go. We were 8th on about 46 points, I think it was, and then we fucking go mad and got fucking 26 in our last 10 games. Fucking didn't expect it, but I'm fucking buzzing.
Yeah. And what I didn't have any hope, didn't have much hope. When I was looking at the table in March, I did say to a few people, I think that's us done. I couldn't see us getting better. We'd do a podcast, we'd be raving, we'd batter Arsenal, then we'd lose. And it was just topsy-turvy right the way through until the last 10. Don't really know what to say about it. The season as a whole was absolutely fucking mental. But the main thing is, at the end of it, is that we're playing Champions League football. We can attract better players, which we've already done. And it's massive for us. It was massive. It was massive for the morale of the whole club that we can be that shit and have that much bad luck and still compete at the very top. And magnificent what Jurgen Klopp's done to get us in. Not even top 4. He's got us third, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, he deserves all the praise in the world. I think this season's just been crazy, like you say, from the 6 games on the spin losing to fucking playing well in the Champions League against Leipzig when no one thought it was possible at the time, and then just going. It's just been up and down all the time, lad. And I stand by my guns. We'll piss the league next season with our full squad back.
I agree. I've said it as soon as it got to like probably February. I was just thinking, just spew it, just get rid of the season. Fucking no one buys it. And we go into March and we're even going further and further behind because we knew in January we had no chance the league really. It was all over, and you just wanted to hope to God no more slip-ups, go to the Champions League, and you just wanted it gone. But was looking for it to be gone, not sulking because we're not playing well, because you just know we're going to come back a different animal next season. And I hate the cliche, fucking hell, next year's our year. That was Everton's year this year, weren't it? But at the end of the day, when you look at that squad and we're going to bolster it, we're going to be a better team, we're going to learn. We've gone from winning the league to struggling for top 4 to finishing third. These players are going to be hurting in a good way. And I said it in one of the earlier podcasts, sometimes you need that kick up the arse and that to realise how hungry you are. And some of the players who haven't played well, I've put it down to the fans not being there and to situations and to the morale of the team. I think it's affected some more than others. And people saying, like, get rid of such a body, keep as many as you can and add to it. Because that's what Man City do. Man City build an absolute force and they keep the best players. And when they lose the likes of Aguero and company, they end up replacing them with top quality, but then they bring in a reserve as well, who's of a brilliant level. So we need to do the same now. Don't want to get rid of Mane, get rid of Firmino and all that. Let's just bring in better players and get a better squad and watch us go next season. Because I'm bet me fucking house on it that we're right up there. And by Christmas, you'll see the real Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, City, for all the praise they get in this season, haven't improved much. I think they finished 5 points better off than they did last season. It's not a real improvement. United, I don't know what the difference is with them, but there won't be a real improvement there. They actually got more points under Mourinho when they finished second than they have under Oli, but this is seen as progress from Mourinho. So where that fucking comes from, I'll never know. Well in Alberto Moreno, by the way, love you.
That's good to you, lad. Hey, get out, Man United! Get out! I fucking love that, as a player, he's one of the only players really in my life I've absolutely dreaded seeing on the pitch because you knew he was going to make a mistake. And he had talent. He was a decent player, but he just done some fucking. It was like there was something in his head just going, nah, don't do that pass. Go back to the keeper. A full force pass as hard as you can. Put everyone under pressure. And he just used to do it. But fair play to him, made up with his response. The same as when Mascherano beat them with Barca. Yeah. Once you leave Liverpool, whether you've had a good time or a bad time, you've still got a great connection with the club, and I love that.
Yeah. To be fair as well, he played all right when he come on. He was dangerous. He was causing them problems. And I've got to say, that penalty shootout, I know it's not Liverpool related, like, but that penalty shootout was fucking brilliant.
Lad, I was nerve-wracked.
So
felt
was I.
sick. And I just knew. When Cavani scored, and I thought, like, that's it then. And then Villarreal remained the better team. And then you're thinking, like, Man United going to talking about fucking the Munich game, the 2-1, are they going to do it again? And then it goes to penalties. And the first 3 penalties were left footers. And I was sat there going, why are they letting them? Why are they doing this to me? Left footers can't take pens, surely. Some of the best pen takers I've ever seen are left footed. But
yeah,
literally 3 on the bounce. And I just went, no, I can't hack it. And I felt sick. And then Moreno stepped forward up. And it felt like it was Liverpool. I just went, please, lad, fucking put this. And what a pen. What a fucking pen.
Like
Get out, Man United.
I said, as soon as Moreno stepped up, I went to me half fella, he's missing this. And then he fucking perfectly placed bottom corner. Even their keeper's pen was fucking bossed up. Like,
but I thought he was going to be the one to do it because he could have saved 4 pens and he punched 2 of them in his own net, the fucking mad bastard.
The hair could have saved a few.
He's shitting goal in.
I know.
He is shitting goal in. He is literally, for the first 3 pens, he lied on the floor. He just lied. He just went, great. So if you'd have missed one of them, you'd have been wounded.
Yeah, but definitely.
For a penalty not to go off target in a competition like that, that's fucking great. That. But I totally enjoyed it. But fuck them mank bastards anyway.
Yeah, let's not talk about them too much. But no, like I was saying, it's seen as progress what they've done under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this year, as opposed to what Mourinho was doing, and they finished worse off. So for them to not really have better seasons than last season just goes to show that the only reason they've done what they've done in the league is because we've been nowhere near as good as we were last season. So that to me says, yeah, get all our players back, strengthen where we need to strengthen, which is a few positions at the minute, get back up, get a boss bench, and as I say, we'll fucking piss it. We will absolutely piss the league next season.
Man City are always going to be a massive threat, and they're a magnificent side, and Guardiola, they've won the league again, fair play. They're a fantastic football team with a fantastic squad, but I do believe everything that we're about, I think we're better than them. We've just got to be invested in, like they invest. We've got to pull a squad together that if one of your 11's out, you're not shitting yourself. Because when Jota was out and Firmino weren't playing well, we were on our ass. We were like, where's the goal coming from? Salah and Mane aren't scoring as often. Goals from the midfield don't happen as often. It's gone at all a bit, just went a bit pear-shaped. And we need to look at this season and go, right, when shit at the fan and we had a few injuries, we didn't have anywhere fucking near the quality to come in to take the game. So now we do really need to make sure that our benches, if you're taking off Salah, bring on someone fucking at least, remotely equivalent to how he plays, so we can just slot into the system. It's just at the minute. Imagine Salah was one of the ones on the injury list this season. You literally, and that's how mad footy is. Without Salah this season, we're bottom half, lad. Really, He's been absolutely incredible, and we just need to make sure our squad. And it's all good and well saying, such a body's there or Shaqiri's. They've played parts, but for massive parts of the season, they've all been injured. So we need now. We've said about the likes of Matip and that. I can't see players like that who were getting knocked constantly being around, because it's ruined our season. We need fit players, and it is look at the draw with injuries. Look at Van Dijk. I've never seen him injured forever, but then he gets that injury, and we've got to see what he comes back like. But yeah, realistically, strengthen the squad and don't put too much expectation on these lads. Let them go in as third in the league. Don't let them go in as fucking ex-champions, whatever. Go in, just pretend we've won fuck all. Every game's 0-0. Fight till the final whistle and see how we go, because I'm confident they'll do it. And I think they'll go. I want to see us go for the FA Cup, the European Cup, and the league, because that's what we're about.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't took the cup seriously the last, under Klopp, really.
Seconds, me lad. Set that FA Cup final for the first time in years. I fucking watched it, to be honest. Watched it for the first time in years, and even without as many fans, the build-up and that was brilliant. And I proper enjoyed the match. I was just, at the end of it, watching them lift that cup and that. When he lifted it, I went, I bet you the lid falls off that. Because I remember Gerrard lifting it and the lid coming off. As soon as he lifted it, the lid fell off.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I wish it was us. I just wish that was us. And when the League Cup's on, I wish that was us. When the Charity Shield's on, I wish it was us. I just wish it's us all the time. And we need to start going for everything on. Because we're capable. The players are there. They're capable. The manager's more than capable. He can win the fucking lot.
Yeah.
If he wants to.
And that's where the need for the squad comes in, because we rest at the minute. We rest Mane and Salah and like Van Dijk and Alisson, let's say, and we're throwing players who aren't really up to this, nowhere near the same level, or kids who are good players but maybe not ready for it, kind of thing. And it's all well and good doing that against like a Lincoln or a Peterborough or something like that in the early rounds, but then we still do it against your Chelseas and your Arsenals when they're putting next to full strength squads out, and we're still going like, you know, if it wasn't like, if he hadn't been playing this season in the league, it'd be like Reece Williams and Konate at the back or something. You know what I mean? It's like you're going up against.
Do you know what? Like this is the problem, and like I think it's a non-win situation for Klopp sometimes, because in them games you get a lot of fans who aren't interested in it. You've got a lot of, like, say, for instance, non-English fans who don't realise how much the FA Cup means, who moan when a top player's in the squad and they're giving it the shit because they're scared of them getting injured in and not an FA Cup game. When towards the FA Cup's everything. And it's the same with Jota in the Champions League. Jota's having great form. It was a knocking game. He played him, but the lad wants minutes, needs minutes. He hasn't forced him to play the game. He said, I'm picking you. If Jota then says, listen, I don't fancy you risking me, then that's up to him. But every one of them players wants to play every single game. It's down to the manager to choose. But I do hope that we have a squad next season where if you are playing against the fucking Peterborough or someone, you've got a decent core, and then your branches are half decent at least. So for instance, if you're playing Thiago in the middle with Mane up front or Jota leading the line, but then you've got Harvey Elliott on one side and Shaqiri on the other, that's not too bad.
No, it's not.
That's not too bad. And then if you've got like Oxlade-Chamberlain and Keita with Thiago or a Henderson or a Fabinho, it's not too bad. But when you've got kids we've never heard of, it's just, and there's too many of them at one time, like they're just last in sort of thing.
And that'll work against little teams like Everton.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking know that. But I think Curtis Jones hasn't had half as much game time this season as I thought. The injuries we've had in that, I really thought he'd be playing most weeks. But I don't know what's happened there. He's a fantastic player. And I want to see a lot more of him next season. But again, if you look at, when you dissect that team, you look at the midfield, Oxlade-Chamberlain fully fit, fantastic player. He's been great for us. Obviously, the injuries kill him. Curtis Jones, not a bad word to say about the lad. He's going to excel and I think he'll go to the top. I think he's brilliant. Naby Keita, without injuries, you know, some people are on his back saying he doesn't do much. He's the only player in the midfield. He'll get the ball and just drive. And he sees nothing but the other team's goal. And that's what we need. We just need a decent squad and a few more faces, and I'll be fucking betting me house on us winning everything.
Yeah, same. Let's talk a little bit about the Palace game itself.
Must there been a match?
Yeah. So it looks very likely. Well, it's confirmed more or less, isn't it? Ginny's going. Glad he got the send off. He deserved that at the very least. He's been a key part in Klopp's success over the last few years. He's been integral, even if he hasn't necessarily performed how some people would have liked him the last few months. But he deserved the send off he got, and I'm glad that he got it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've slated Wijnaldum for a year. Not slated him, but not really seen what he offered. And I said on the last one, when against West Brom, we did see how much we missed him when he's not there. Looking at highlights of him in parts of games you don't even see at the time, and how he presses and how he wins the ball back, which is something I've never really put him down to do. But when you dissect the game, you actually watch them little clips. He has been magnificent for us, and there was no doubt about that anyway. He's done brilliantly. but I don't think he performed as well as he could have done last season. But I think he'll leave a massive gap in the dressing room and in the team. I felt a bit sorry for him when he was speaking because it seemed very much like he didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And I think it's a case of the owner's strategy of not giving a big contract to an over 30s. So when we've said, like, how can you give him the captaincy? How can you play him when he doesn't want to be there? It wasn't the case, obviously. He wanted to be there. And fair play to him for fucking giving what he's give, knowing that the club don't want him, which is how it looks, which is sad. Klopp would gutted losing him.
Yeah.
But I think, I said to you, didn't I? I think the conversation is being, listen, Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson are the starters now. And then you look at, we've got Keita, would have had Ronaldo, Curtis Jones, Oxlade. Like, you're not going to get a lot of time as you would like. So, to make you move. Maybe with the send-up he got. So it was a bit sad to see him go, but fair play. He gave what he gives to the club, give us some amazing nights and wish him well. Also, the kit man. I watched the video of the kit man today and that had me fucking crying. Brilliant. Lad, have you seen it?
Yeah.
And he's talking about it, starting as a fucking bus driver.
Yeah.
Then the first team driver. Then the kit. I think it was Sammy Lee said, would you be the kit man or something? I was like, yeah. And then he's talking and Klopp's talking and fucking hell, I was sat there going, fucking hell, don't go.
But that's the thing. I think people like that at clubs get underappreciated. I wouldn't say underappreciated. I think by the people in the club themselves, they're very much appreciated. But they get overlooked by likes of us as fans and stuff like that. And I've never seen any other team give the kit man of 35 years a guard of honour before. I don't know if it was before or after the game that they gave him it, but I've never seen that before.
It was the last game. No, but that's the thing. Like, even he said himself, like, the way you all see the players, I don't see them like that. I see them like my family. So it's just like going into the office, isn't it? And you see someone in the office every day, but then they're leaving. No one else is asked, barring the people who see them every day. So it's just one of them roles that does get overlooked. Like, so, you know, he puts the kit out and he makes sure they've got a kit, and he's done a great job for years.
But that's the thing. It's to us that just seems like something small, like, you know what I mean. But like, to them, footballers, we all know what their egos are like now. For them to just rely on him to get the kit ready for them, have a spare for them if it gets ripped or fucking got blood on it or anything like that. He's there for the players all the time, making sure he probably sorts the boots out fucking in training.
Yeah, everything.
You know,
but you know, when you say about the egos of the players, that's what I love about it, is that every player like admired him and looked at him like a father figure and that. And when he goes to sleep at night, he must think, like, I've got fucking Virgil van Dijk looking up to me, and Henderson, and he's been on the bus tours with them when they won trophies. Lads, I'd sell me fucking house and go without anything to have that job for a year. I wouldn't want a penny. I wouldn't want a fucking penny. I'd just want it. And he's lived in, I don't know what the money was like in that, but what I like. Imagine sitting next to him in the pub and go, like, what do you do? Oh, kit man for Liverpool. Like, fuck off, me. Oh, no, I am, yeah. Any stories? Like, yeah, fucking hundreds.
All of them. I've got all the stories.
Yeah, every story. He'll have to write a book.
Ah, yeah, it'd be sick. Like.
Yeah, no, I love the connection and the way Klopp said, like, his hugs him out and he dads and that. And it was, you know, it's a lovely thing. I think it'd be nice if they could bring fucking one of his family to replace him. Because it'd be a nice thing, that, like a family thing. Touch. Yeah. Yeah. I might fucking mess him now, saying, tell them I'm your son, lad.
The actual performance itself, was pretty.
Oh, it's being a game of footy.
It was pretty straightforward, really. The one person I think you probably more than me have said all season relies on the fans turned up when the fans were back. Mane, he played fucking brilliant.
You know what? With Mane, he's had stick all season, right? But not once has he gone hidden. He hasn't hid once.
No.
He hasn't. He's still tried. He's still tried. He done the little Cruyff turns and all that. That don't quite work. But he worked his fucking socks off. And that's all I want to see. So, yeah, he hasn't been the same player this season, but he fucking tore them apart. He did. I think performing. It was nervy as it's going on. It's getting a bit nervy, but then you're seeing scores going our way and that. And it just always felt like we were going to be in there. But then when you see the league table pop up and you're third, thinking how the fuck this happened. And third it's not any different than fourth. It's a place higher, innit? It just looks a bit better on the fucking piece of paper. But
just in a different pot, aren't you? That's the only difference. Get a slightly easier draw in the thing, but you're not in the Champions League for an easy draw, are you? You want to play the best teams. That's why you're in it.
That's it, lad. And you beat the best teams. And that's why we're as fucking good as we are. But exactly. Yeah, I thought the performance. I thought they played well, and I liked the way they just plodded on. They played the footy. You know, we had a few fucking scares very early on. A few proper fucking scares, to be honest. We could have been one or two down, but they just composed themselves and just cracked on. And I like that. That little mix-up between Phillips and Williams, because I don't know who it was who played the shit pass.
Trent.
I think it's Trent, yeah. Shit ball, and you know, those people in the oh fucking hell, how slow he is. Like, he was never getting there. What are you on about? Like, fucking never.
Yeah.
But I think Phillips could fucking grab the ball with his two hands and volley it the roof of our net. And I'd say it was good defending. I just fucking love him. I think he's fucking great.
I think it's what I always used to say about Van Dijk taking the piss, lad. I reckon if we had a free kick, Nat Phillips could take it with his head. And it'd fucking curl around the wall and go in, lad. He's that good at editing. He's fucking boss. Give him a lifetime contract. That's all we wanted, innit? We wanted top four. We got out.
By the sound, but he's gone, by the way.
He's not.
I've read things that he might be gone.
I'll go down there and fight Jürgen right now. To be fair, it's probably not even probably Jürgen's decision, is it?
No, well, he said at the end of the game the other day, Phillips, that, you know, he knows he's still young, he's still learning. Don't forget, centre halves are like goalkeepers, you know. They get better as they get older, get a bit more experience. You're not going to be great at 23, 24, 27, 28. You could be the next fucking Maldini, lad. I love it.
He's already the next Maldini. Bolton Baresi, he is, lad. No, we'll move on to that in a little bit, like, but just to change the tone a little bit, obviously we had the fucking joke of a decision with the Hillsborough Trial a couple of days ago. Don't even know what to say. It's fucking heartbreaking. How they can come to that decision. What's your thoughts on it all?
When it come out, I thought it was out the blue. To be honest, it was sickening. How you can change the verdict to 96 people being unlawfully killed to no one's got a fucking answer for it. It's just bizarre. How can no case, 96 people unlawfully killed, and the judge claims to be there's no case. What a fucking disgrace it is. It's an absolute disgrace, and I think the families have taken it so well. And I see Margaret Aspinall after it, and they can speak finally. And now this is what I hate. And I've had mates who've lost loved ones at Hillsborough saying it for years. They keep telling us, don't speak on social media, don't mention anything. They've done what they fucking set out to do. They've kept every bastard quiet, and no one's had a thing to be able to be said against anyone. If you're fucking bombarding Druffield, and that cunt who was on fucking Radio 5 the other day, Meridian Childs, you seen that?
Yeah.
What a fucking bellend. I hope that cunt dies, to be honest with you. Really do. But when you've got masses of people giving you hell when a case is going on, surely that can change a jury. And they haven't had it because there's been no input from anyone who mattered. There's been no input at all from anyone who had anything to do with it, other than them people in the courtroom. And obviously they're the ones who matter the most, but they haven't been able to speak. They haven't been able to say what happens or what they've been through or the hundreds of evidence they've got on paperwork changed and all that. I literally can't get my head around it. And I've seen people calling for marches and protests and stuff like that. If you were ill and a doctor gave you a diagnosis and you didn't quite believe it, you go and seek a second opinion. So the same with a judge for me. They should be able to go and seek a different judge and see how question him. How can he laugh something out of court? That's what it is. When it gets dropped like that, it's called getting laughed out of court. And that's what he's done. He's laughed the families, the 96 and the survivors, out of court, shoot them out, and said there's no case to answer to here. Fucking disgrace. It's an absolute scandal. And I do believe the old city, Liverpool and Everton, and anyone with any fucking human brain cells needs to join the families and the survivors and fight against the decision, because it's not the right decision, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm fuming talking about it. I hate it.
It's disgusting. It's corrupt. And, you know, like, the worst part about it is it doesn't shock me. And that was my overwhelming feeling when I was angry, obviously. Of course I was angry, but my overwhelming feeling was I'm not surprised. It's been
I wasn't surprised.
Swept under the carpet for 32 years. Why would they stop now?
But it's like I put a post on Twitter straight after it saying, like, it's a new level of corruption. It's like you've actually, the independent panel got a decision to say that the Liverpool fans weren't to blame. There was no part of Liverpool fans, and that certain police officers were to blame, and that gates being opened and poor policing, poor officiating, poor fucking decisions from the FA, that was all to blame. They all played parts. The only fella to get a sentence was Chef Wed executive, who made a decision, I think, to something to do with health and safety. He got £6.5 grand fine. He's the only one in the whole world who got anything done against him for Hillsborough. I don't know how you can say, and the independent panel can come out and say, it's not like just 96 deaths, it's 96 people have been unlawfully killed, for a judge to then say there's no case to answer to. It doesn't make sense. It's not correct. It's corruption. That's all it is. It's corruption. And anyone with a fucking brain cell knows it's corruption. So they need to do something about it. And I like the way, like, Andy Burnham and Steve Rotherham and all them, even Joe Anderson, fair play to him. He's not in the best light in the minute, but straight out condemning the decision. And I think the city does really need to unite and go and fight that decision, because we've showed before, when you climb the mountain in your own way, you can win, and we will.
Yeah, it's not going away. Ian Byrne has written a letter to the BBC condemning them, Adrian, and condemning the fella who was on it, and Adrian Childs, saying, yeah, he apologised half an hour later. It's not good enough. Shouldn't have even let it happen. And BBC have broke their own rules.
But he was only the solicitor for South Yorkshire Police. That's what he was. So he's only heard their fucking side of the story. That's all he's heard. Exactly. But he's listened to one side of the story, and it's all bollocks. You've got police officers who were there, who can't live with themselves, fucking coming out saying, yeah, they did change. There's stories you can pick up. There's videos you can pick up of police officers saying, yeah, we changed statements. Or I put this, and when they sent me back to read it, they changed it. There's evidence. Yeah. Evidence everywhere. Just disgusting, lad. Honestly, I don't think that can be the end. But in one sense, like, I've seen a few tweets and it's fucking upsetting. Like, a lad who's lived his whole life, I think he lost his dad, and he's saying, like, for my whole life, it's been Hillsborough non-stop. And this is the decision, not what we were waiting for, but it's the final decision for me. And I've got to learn to sort of get over it. And I understand it. He wants to put in the past. He's lost his dad. His dad's being murdered effectively. And he hasn't got to, and basically the fella who's murdered him and 95 others has got away with it. And he's sort of accepting it as the fuck all else we can do. We fought for 32 years. They've got away with it. And what else can I do? I've got to live my life. And I totally understand that as well. But it's heartbreaking.
It is. Like I say, I don't think it's going away. It shouldn't go away. Like you say, the city won't let it go away. You know, we have banter with Everton and all that, but the one thing you can never question them on is the support in Hillsborough. No. So it's again, it's fucking hard, lad. We've talked about it. We talked about it a bit, like, on the anniversary of Hillsborough, and like, it's so hard putting it into into context for yourself, you know what I mean? How they must be feeling. Like, it hurts us, and we weren't even alive at the time, you know what I mean? It's like, so in comparison to what them families are feeling and the survivors are feeling right now, it's nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's heartbreaking, and they've been, I don't know, they must be feeling like 32 years has all been for nothing right now.
Yeah, they will be. But as I say, some of them are feeling I think some of them are just feeling relieved that it's over. And what the families need to take from it, if this is the final decision, is that the independent panel proved that everything that was said about Liverpool fans that day, the people who died and the people who survived, was that it wasn't our fault, it wasn't their fault, and the survivors can only hold their heads up high. You know, people feel guilty that they lived that day. It's fucking sickening how you can go to a football match and wish the rest of your life away because you made it out alive. It's fucking gut-wrenching. But I think what they need to do is the families need to sit down together. They need to sit down with survivors as well, because they matter as much. People who have gone through absolute hell and mental health issues and all that because of it. You know, we've lost loads along the way as well who just couldn't hack it. They need to sit down and discuss whether they're ready to let it go or ready to pick another fight. And I think the city will back them whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed, whatever they do choose to do is the right outcome for them, because I honestly believe they should be fighting, because it's the wrong decision and it's a immoral decision, inhumane decision. It's a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. So let's move on now. And big news of the day was Ibrahim Konate. He's in. He's signed on the dotted line.
Been signed for 6 weeks.
I know, yeah. I'm sure it was meant to be confirmed the 1st of May.
I know. No, I loved all the pictures of him floating around at the lobster pot and all that. But then Liverpool released theirs of him in his blue hoodie at this is Anfield, which was fucking clever.
It's not, you know what, lad? It's just that coat. That's all there is. They photoshopped it off some website.
That's what I mean.
It's just hilarious.
It's just brilliant the way they've done it. Like, he hasn't even been in the ground there, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I like his price. I like that we've spent nearly 40 mil on a centre half when we're meant to be skint. And trying to get every penny we can out of every person and join the Super League. So when we finished third to the day, we got 90 million, I think, for finishing third and qualifying for the Champions League. So about a combined 90 odd mil. You've got to spend every single fucking penny of that and penny out the pockets. And go and spend. But it's a great start. The season literally just ended. It's not even a week finished, and we've gone and spent 36 mil on a centre half who's very highly rated, quoted one of the best in Germany. So young, will learn, and you know, he looked a fucking unit. So let's see how it goes. Can't say I've seen much of him. I've seen him against Liverpool.
No, he didn't. He was an unused sub.
Was he?
In both games.
Who was the other one then?
It was.
Oh no, I'm on about the one who's going to Munich. He's shite.
Yeah, Upamecano.
I've only seen him play a handful of games, so I can't really comment on his ability. I've obviously watched all the videos everyone's sharing, and he looks fucking immense in all of them. So, and he gets forward and scores a few as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take anything from YouTube videos. We all know how that plays out normally. Alberto Aquilani. I like the way he was both of our go-to examples.
You know what I loved about Aquilani is there was videos of him flying in 2-footed in the eye and that, and then picking the ball up and spraying a 60-yard ball, scoring from here and everywhere. Fucking hell, lad. All I can think of him is he looks like the fella out of Journey. That's what he was to me, because he was fucking shit at football.
Lad, yeah. I think he's made up that we also had Christian Poulsen at one time, because he's not the worst midfielder we've had in the last 20 years now.
And Shado.
He was a hero. Next to Zidane. I haven't seen too much of him myself. I haven't watched any YouTube videos or nothing like that. Done with that years ago. I think what I've read about him, he's similar to Van Dijk. He's good on the ball. He's quick. He's good in the air. He's 6'4", same height as Van Dijk. And he's only going to learn next to Van Dijk. best centre-back in the world. He's only going to improve. His injury record's a bit...
Shit.
Yeah.
Not a bit, lad. It's fucking horrendous, to be honest with you.
I know, which is my only worry with him. After a season of having fucking 74,000 centre-backs injured, we're going by another one whose injury record shit. So that side of it seems a weird decision, but like you say, his age is 22, 36 mil. It can't. Hopefully, it can't go wrong.
Yeah, he's played 3 games since he was 7 through injury. So we'll see how he goes. But one of them, he's gonna have big. Like, a lot of people watch the German league and that. As I've said before, I'm not really asked about any other team or any other game of football unless it affects Liverpool, or it is Liverpool, obviously. Yeah, so the people who watch the German league are saying he's a monster and he's going to be brilliant, and you can only take their word for it. But I say, it's just exciting, straight out, like with Kiev, lost in Kiev, straight out for Fabinho, not done great in the league, got over the line, finished 3rd, centre half, needed one. And I feel a bit sorry for Kabak because his song's brilliant and he doesn't play centre back for Liverpool anymore, and it's sad. So we'll have to think of another one. But do you know what? I think some football's fucking heartless sometimes. Like, that lad's come to Liverpool for what, 6 months or something? 4 months, 5 months, and set up, got a kid, fucking chilling with his beard, watching Lion King, and then next minute you back off the shelf, wounded,
getting relegated. See you later.
Off, lad. But it is what it is. I think he'll be a good player in the future. And for 18 mil, don't think it was a big risk. But obviously, I think Jurgen Klopp is very, very strong-minded in what he wants, and I think he's wanted Konate since he could get him. So I think the talks have been ongoing for months and months, haven't they, even before we signed back. So I think he's just known what he needs to do, and he's done it. And fair play to him for getting a long centre half in, and Ben Davies in January.
Oh, yeah, we signed Ben Davies, didn't we? Fucking hell.
Ben Davies is real, lad. He posted on Instagram the other day. I've seen that. And he's been injured, and he's posted that.
Been rehabbing because his calf, hasn't he? Yeah, I've seen that.
So
I can see him getting a bit of game time, in all honesty. I don't think the rumours are we're not looking to offload him. Klopp apparently thinks he needs sort of Robbo amount of time to adapt to the squad, but it's obviously been hard to adapt if he's been injured at the same time.
Yeah, and some players, lad, it happened with the Ox. Ox came in for a game, was out for 3, came in for a game, was out for 5, and then came in. And it just, people always say to me, like, it was the Liverpool way. No one ever really came in and just started. They go in the reserves for fucking 6 weeks or something, or months. And then you need to learn our way. You can't, unless you are an absolute magnificent footballer, like a Van Dijk, like a Thiago. But even Thiago didn't get just last in the deep end.
No.
You have to learn the trade, and it's a different trade. You know what I mean? It's an art how we play football, and you've got to learn that art before you can fucking play. So see what happens.
Which proves how good Nat Phillips is, isn't it? Because he just comes straight into the squad.
Lad. No, but even that, like, we were moaning, weren't we, saying about, like, fucking playing for Fabinho and Henderson when Phillips and fucking Phil Babber there. No, but you know what I mean? Like, Phillips, he just won't lash anyone in the deep end. He said it about Reece Williams today as well. He said people are saying about just play them, just play this. You've got centre backs there, but effectively you're putting a 19-year-old kid in a big game with a lad who hasn't really played at that level, and he makes a few mistakes. You could ruin his whole fucking career and his mentality. So I think, again, Klopp's man management, what he does for people and humans, he doesn't just see them as players and scapegoats. Not like Mourinho plays Luke Shaw and he has a bad game and he comes out and goes, Luke Shaw, fat and shit at footy, cost us that game, well in. He doesn't. He goes, I'm pointing there because I've got a picture of Klopp there. So he's not in the room, but I've got a picture of him.
You wish he was in the room, though?
I fucking love him, lad, honestly. But he thinks about the people, the mindset, the mentality, and the effect it could have going forward before he makes any decision. And just think, fucking love him.
That's why he's in the position he's in. But yeah, looking forward to seeing Konate. Hopefully, first of a big summer for us. Get a few players in. Get Mbappe in, that'll do, won't it? I'm going to stop talking about him because we're going to fucking end up not getting him, and I'm just going to kill myself.
I don't think we will get him, lad. I don't think we will. I don't think we've got the money there.
I actually think we do. I actually think we will get him. Sorry to interrupt.
Sam, put him on your FIFA team then. No, honestly, I think for the price we're going to pay for him and the wages, you've got to look at stuff like that as well. Like, you've got players like Salah, Mane, Firmino, your Hendersons, even the likes of your Milners and that, who've been there and done it, won it. Imagine him coming in and going, I'm on 300 grand a week. I think it'd be a morale down it a little bit, but we're not in that situation. Like, if you're in 160 grand a week, or you asked that a striker that could win you absolutely fucking everything is on double. You know what I mean? Are you moaning about your 160 grand? And I don't think, in contradicting to it, I don't think we've got any players like that, to be fair. I think if Klopp said to the players, listen, we've got a chance to get Mbappe, yeah, but he wants 250, 300 grand a week, which was not a conversation that would ever happen. But if he did, I think 90% of them would say, yeah, get him. But I just think it could be a situation where you get him coming in thinking he's the superstar.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Upset the apple cart kind of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn him down. But for what he's going to be worth and the wages he's going to be on, you probably could get 4 players who are at a very good level, just not world class. But like Man United and Man City, Chelsea have gone and done in the past, sometimes to just get that step back up to winning, you need to get world class. So see what happens.
To be honest,
I'm not getting excited about it. I'm not going to get excited. If it happens, I swear to God, little fat ginger head here will be taking his fucking top off and dancing down the street. So I'll be made up because he's a fantastic player. So's Haaland. But I can't really see it happening. And it's not even through like being negative. I can't see our owners going and spending that on a single player. But I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can see it happening for only 2 real reasons. Obviously, one, he said he can't see himself playing for Liverpool, which has obviously got everyone.
But has he said that?
Apparently, I haven't seen the actual quote myself, but apparently,
that's what I mean. Like, I seen that thing we discussed it last time. It was green on that. What is it? What's the
Anfield Talk or something like that?
Anfield Talk said they were going to. Basically, Anfield Talk said they were going to have like sources,
like a colour code of how
like the information coming in, and they were going to colour code it. So red was like danger, absolute bollocks, weren't it? And then amber was like decent source, and then green was like really reliable source, and that was green. So said last time it's green, it's happening. So see what happens.
Now, I think the other thing for me is he's only got a year left on his contract. So while we still would pay a lot for him, we'd be still getting him for less than he's worth.
Yeah, but how much are we talking? Like, how much less? Are we getting him for 90 mil, or are we getting him for 160 mil? Or because he's literally going to be the best player in the world.
I can see us getting him for less than 100 mil, like
90 mil.
Yeah, I honestly can. No, like a year left on his contract. It sounds like he doesn't want to stay at PSG. He doesn't see their project as the one for him, kind of thing. I think the only
he wants to be good at foot. He wants to get better, and PSG's obviously not this season, but 99% of the time it's a one-horse race, isn't it? And it must be fucking boring. It must be boring, and it's the same for some of the other top players. I think if you want to go and excel yourself, play at the best teams, go and piss it in Paris, and he has. But you can't do it forever. Fair play, in Paris. Might come to. I'd love him to come to us, even if he comes to us for 3 or 4 years, and then he goes, right, 25, 26 now. Let's go to Madrid or Barca. Fair play, but I'll never know why players leave us for teams like that. But let's get him before we sell him.
No, I think the thing is, you might win the league every season except this one with PSG. Players like Mbappe, Neymar went there to get out of Messi's shadow. he's got nowhere near the Ballon d'Or since. That's what he was going to PSG for. You're not going to win the Ballon d'Or at a PSG because it's just like, well, all right, yeah, Sam, you beat Montpellier and Lille. Well, not this season, like Lille, fair play to them. Lyon aren't the same team they were years ago when they were dominating. But that's always been the trend with France and Germany. Someone will dominate for years, and then every so often, a new team will win the league. Like Monaco a few years ago, Lille now, Montpellier won it fucking 10 years ago or whatever. And again, it's the same in Germany. Bayern dominate, and then Dortmund win a couple, and Wolfsburg win one. And even Spain, it's every. I mean, it's hard to say. Like,
Same everywhere.
It is.
Bar England, like, and don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It's just England is like, obviously, it's a fucking handful of teams, but it only for Man United really, it hasn't been consistent. Like Man City have won one, lost one. Did they win? Are they first win it back to back?
First win it back to back in like 10 years.
Yeah. So they won it back to back, and then we won it, and then they lost it, and obviously they won it, and then we'll win it, and then Arsenal will never win it again. United will never win it again, and that is
can't even spell it.
Okay, now
They
won in October though. That's going in their cuckoo clock cabinet. But
oh yeah,
like
definitely.
Realistically, I said last season, once we win the league, break our duck, we'll dominate for years, and I stand by that. I think we'll win it again, and then we'll dominate for years. But it's you've got to have luck going your way, and I love the way Klopp, absolute fucking mind game genius, the way he's chalked finishing third up as one of the biggest achievements in his career. He's won the European Cup and the Premier League, and he's got finishing third with Nat Phillips centre half as one of his biggest achievements. And I totally get it. I get it, but he's lying. He's lying because playing Champions League football next season doesn't mean as much to him. It means as much more to the owners financially. To say that 90 million that got injected into the club straight away, he just bigs it up and made it become like a big, massive thing, and everyone's talking about it. Like Gary Neville was like, "How the fuck have they finished here?" He's manipulated everyone into going, "How the fuck have they?" Not you've got Carragher a few weeks ago going, "You can't blame it all on Van Dijk. You can't blame it all on injuries," and now he's got everyone talking, saying, "I keep pointing out." He's got everyone talking, saying, "How have they done that? That's amazing," and that's how good he is. Because listen, finishing third, you get nothing for it. Playing Champions League football, you get nothing for it other than money and maybe the attraction of a few better players. But telling you now, Jurgen Klopp lifting that European Cup and Premier League and the German League means a lot more to him than finishing third this season. But I get where he's from. And I think it's brilliant the way he's done it. And he's downplayed everything. And then he's just gone, bang. How amazing have we done? How amazing is it? And everyone's jumped on it again. Yeah, fucking fantastic. You should have finished third in a season. You should have finished eighth. Yeah. And fantastic. Yeah, I'm happy.
Me too. Sound. Just want to get your opinion on one thing. It's a little bit away from Liverpool, but does concern us. It's about UEFA. Apparently they're getting rid of away goals. Just want your thoughts on that. I think it's a fucking stupid decision myself, but
yeah, I agree. It changes everything. Changes the setup of your. I don't know. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded by that. But going forward, it makes the game of football better. Both legs better because both teams are fighting for it.
I think it takes away some of the excitement, though. Like, imagine going to. So go back 10 years or so ago, we beat Madrid 1-0 in the Bernabeu. That was more like 2-0 because they needed to come in. You know, it takes away that. It takes away the importance of a 1-0 win. Like a 1-0 win's still great no matter what. It's still a win. But a 1-0 win away means so much more than winning 1-0 at home.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It does. The away goal, it's a fucking common phrase used, you know what I mean? It's, are they talking about it or are they going in?
I mean, I think they're just talking about it at the minute, but I think they're close to finalising it, basically.
No, I think, as I say, I think from their point of view, they're probably looking, going PSG versus Madrid, for instance. in PSG, Madrid go and camp there. They go and camp in their box and try and get a counter-attack. And they nullify PSG. Just for conversation. That doesn't happen if there's no away goal. They're both going for each other's throats, sort of thing. But in how it affects the game, that is how the Champions League is. The away goal counts. You could be fucking someone's shit and fluke a goal away from home, and you've effectively got a 2-0 lead. Yeah. So yeah, I think no, you've got to keep it. I don't know why they're trying to change this European football, like
because they're threatened by that Super League.
It's just bizarre. Like if they're gonna change it, go back to when it was the best and it was the best competition. Stop having fucking fourth place and even third place. Stop having third and fourth place in the fucking Champions League and have your first and second and do qualify knockout rounds again. Do it that way. Have the best teams fighting each other. Not fucking Maribor and shit like that. You know, it's just fucking pointless. Absolutely pointless. The group stages are dog shit. Because they more or less say on the telly when they're doing the draw, yeah, they're shit. They're not as shit. They're good and they're brilliant. And that's how it is. That's what your fucking group is.
Yeah. I know.
So get rid of the shit. Get rid of this fucking stupid rule that if you finish third in your group, you go on your UEFA Cup as well. Because that's fucking bang out of order. I don't like it. Like when Sevilla, who did Sevilla play that time? And they played every round to win it. All the qualifiers and everything to win it. But the team before placed in the final had just come through the Champions League. And
that's the thing. That's the thing. Even something like that, and I agree. Don't have third place drop into the Europa League because one year Sevilla won it. I think Sevilla won it 3 years on the spin, and for that to happen, they needed to drop out of the Champions League twice and then go on and win it again. So why should they be rewarded for failure? And it's going to happen with this fucking Conference League bullshit as well. If you finish
what is that?
I don't know. It's just a third competition for
even the word conference means it's shit.
Yeah, that's why Tottenham.
Like, I just what the fuck? Why did you just? How far are they going to go with it though? How far are they going to go? Like how many more?
Tons. Still make as many as they can. Like,
and the cup looks shit as well. By the way, it looks like a fucking tin pot. It's fucking crap.
I actually don't mind it. It just reminds me of Fowler and Napier lifting it in 2001. I've always liked the look of the UEFA Cup for some reason, even though.
No, I like the UEFA Cup. I mean the new one.
I haven't even seen the new trophy.
Conference one is like a see-through netted mesh shit. It's fucking crap. But
is it made out of paper mache?
The UEFA Cup, lads, fucking brilliant trophy. It's lovely. And it is a trophy that, you know, I said I didn't want to be in it. I didn't want to be in it this season because of the system, the setup, all the qualifying, the fucking group stages, he's travelling all over to fucking shitholes. And it's not the same as the Champions League. But once you get to the late stages and you're talking semi-finals and finals, of course you want to win it.
Yeah, you're buzzing for it.
Then they bring a Conference League. Like, imagine winning the Conference League. Do you parade that if you win it? Or do you just go, we've won that? Like,
depends who you are.
Like the Community Shield. I
think it depends who you are, lad. I think Tottenham would parade it if they won it, because what else would they
do?
Well, yeah. But like if AC Milan dropped into it or Liverpool dropped into it, we wouldn't parade that. We'd just go, oh yeah, go on, put it there. Everton would parade that.
Everton parade corners at Anfield.
Everton paraded finishing second to us once. Literally, there's pictures of it. So they've got a fucking clock, haven't they?
Was that 86?
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
I'm sure they did, didn't they? There's a picture of us with, I'm sure, the FA Cup in the league, and they're behind us.
Yeah, because I said to you and said put that on.
Because they got the final and finished second.
Yeah.
The runners-up bus. That's fucking. I've never known. That's great. Man.
Well, I sent it to you and said put it on a t-shirt, didn't I? So
yeah.
Because I once said Merseyside's most winning team,
and they said runners-up in the league and the FA Cup,
and they said we're Everton.
Fuck.
We exist. Yeah, so no, just wanted your opinion on that because I think it's fucking bizarre. I don't think it's a good idea whatsoever. I like the excitement of getting an away goal and taking it back to Anfield.
Yeah, keep away goals. Top two in the Champions League would be great. Go back to qualifiers where the away goal counts, and not qualifiers, fucking knockouts. And UEFA, let third and fourth go in UEFA and fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting reward, like even if you're getting rewards, if you're finishing 7th and 8th in the league, fuck off. You're only fucking 10 places above relegation, you daft cunts. What are you getting rewarded for? Behave yourselves, get rid of it, fucking gibbet.
Yeah, I agree. So let's finish off. Going to get your awards, let's say, for the season. I think this is harking back to our first episode because we've done this for the season before on our very first episode, but I think anyway with a little bit more polish now. So
no, fucking
not
still
much
shit.
left. But
what I like about us is we just have a conversation and there's no script and no fucking. We just talk shit. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't. Fair play. But it's coming from the heart because we're fucking local and we're Scouse, so
and we're boss.
We need a bit more up the edge.
Yeah. So start off nice and easy. Player of the season.
Salah. By a mile. Without him, we're absolutely fucked. And I don't get how he doesn't get the credit other players get. Like, fuck me. His stats are unbelievable. The moments of magic he produces are unbelievable. Some of the goals he scores are just unbelievable. Yeah,
unbelievable.
Lad, he's absolutely on his day world class, and there's not many games he doesn't turn up. There's literally none. And then even as I said before, like when we're not playing well, them goals like what Torres used to produce. Out the blue, you couldn't take him off because he can produce something out of the blue. That goal against West Brom the other day, edge of the box, why did he even hit it? Out the blue, goal. Yeah. He's got that in his locker, lads, and class. So he's my player of the season.
I agree. I mean, I read that his goals this season in the league have won us 17 points, more than anyone. So that goes to show how vital he is to us. Harry Kane, in comparison, his goals have only won Tottenham 9 points this season. So, yeah, he's a great goal scorer, but maybe not as important as he's made out to be.
I don't like Kane, and when we were getting linked to him and people saying, would you have him? I'd rather fucking... I can't stand him. I hate his face and the way he speaks, and I just hate him. I fucking hate him, and I hope he gets absolutely swatted everywhere for England.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Couldn't agree more. Young player of the season?
Ooh. Scientific. I don't know whether Phillips, does he class? He's 23, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure. Fucking Sterling won Young Player of the Season when he was 24, so go for it.
Yeah, I'd have 100% that Phillips. Absolutely. And got to give credit to Reece Williams as well, because, as I've said before, getting last in when you're 19 with a 23-year-old who isn't very experienced, who hasn't played at that level before, must be fucking hard. And you're getting last in with your captain not there. And you're getting last in with midfielders missing. Yeah. And backup missing. And you're getting last in where there's fucking two fullbacks that just disappear up the top of the pitch and you don't see them again for 10 minutes. So, fair play to the two of them. So, yeah, I'll give it to either. Phillips, I think, being more pivotal in what we've achieved. I think he's been
more involved, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think but Williams has been there, and I think he's done well. And he's 19, as I've said. Be happy to see him get loaned out next season and grow at a Championship club or a low-level Premier League club, as long as he's getting minutes. But I want to see Phillips stay. So that says all it needs to say about him. I think he's been brilliant. Yeah.
Now, I'm the same. I think it's a toss-up between the two. I'm going to go with Williams for Young Player of the Season myself. I think Nat has been better than him, no doubt. But I think the step up that Williams has had to make has been bigger than what Phillips has. He was playing in the Conference. He was 19 when he came into the squad. To step up into the Premier League from it's fat. It's a 4-level jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the jump he's made has been bigger, and yeah, he hasn't performed, as I say, quite as well as Phillips. But I just think that jump has just been incredible, and he deserves.
It's not unrealistic though. It's an unrealistic jump.
It is.
That's what we tried to say. Like when we've been slating Klopp saying, just put fucking Williams and Phillips in, the 2 centre halves. It'd have been suicide.
Yeah.
For the players, the fucking could have ruined their careers, and he has. He's let Fabinho come in with Henderson, then Fabinho come in with one of them, then the 2 of them, and fair play, mate. It's worked, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Most improved player.
Most improved player.
Now you can think of this how you want, whether it's like they've improved from last season or like they started the season off slow and got better as it progressed. However you want to figure it out, that's on you.
Like Thiago. I'm gonna go for Thiago because he came in as a substitute and an impact player, and he done very well. Then he got his injury against the shite, and he came back in and he struggled. Said, "I've never seen a player defend like me in life, lad. It's like a kid blindfolded with a pinata, just whacking everything, just fucking ruining things." But then game after game, he didn't have to defend as much as he had. He got put in better positions. His overall performances the last 8 to 10 games were fucking superb. Absolute joy to watch, and it was great. He's got get a lot of stick from other fan bases, and I said before, you know, he's not doing the job he was brought in to do, but that doesn't help the fact that he's playing a lot more defensive, and he's not playing with the midfielders he was brought in to play with. As time went on, and we seen him alongside Fabinho, he looked a level ahead of every other midfielder in our league. He was on par with De Bruyne. He was literally some of the passing he does when you can see it on the telly and you go and fucking play it there, and then he does. You sort of just like, he's heard me, because no other footballer attempts that. We can see it on a big screen that there's a pass on in the far corner there, but he's facing the other way. How he sees it, I think he's just absolute joy to watch, lad. Fucking can't wait for next season with him in the midfield. He's unreal.
Yeah, it's going to be class. I think I'm going to go with Kabak. I know he only played a few games, but I think he was, again, 20-year-old lad, and he made that fucking head end. Well, him and Alisson made that horrendous cock up on his debut against Leicester.
Alisson made it, but it could have rattled him. Yeah,
it could have rattled him, and he took it on the chin, and he come back and he improved, and he was looking good. He wasn't panicking, which I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to be quite rash. I thought he was going to dive into tackles when he didn't need to, and he wasn't. He was quite composed. He was easing people out of play. I just thought the more he was playing, the more he was training with us. And again, this was only in a very short turnaround. You've got to give him credit. He was improving game by game, and I thought until he got injured, I was saying to myself, "There's no way we're not going to sign him." And I think a lot of fans were in the same mind. So I'm going to say Kabak for that for me.
I liked him, to be honest. I thought he'd done well. And I think sentiment gets in the way sometimes. Say Klopp obviously prefers Konate, so he's got to go with that decision. But for one last time, Ozan Kabak, can he play centre back? Can he play centre back for not Liverpool? Unlucky.
Unsung hero of the season.
Fucking hard, these lads.
Good, that's the idea.
Unsung hero of the season. In what sense do you mean unsung? Has had no mention whatsoever?
Not no mention, but has deserved more of a mention.
Right. For the last few games alone, Firmino, because he's had absolute shit all season, because he's selfless and because he's not a striker. But the last few games, I think he's changed games. He's been the driving force of the forwards. I think he's been the old Firmino for the last few games. And he's been, even when he hasn't played well, say in the last 10 games, he's been influential in the last 4. But before that, he's been fucking given everything. He's working his ass off. He's penetrating as he was. He's pressing as he was. He's doing everything. Some passes misplaced. It's fucking game of footy. Not every player can play a pass, whether it's 5 yards or 20 yards, perfect every time. So for that, yeah, I think Bobby, and again, people saying, you know, we can get 30 mil for Bobby. No, you don't get rid of players like that who are that committed to giving up absolutely everything, every plaudit they're going to receive for other players to do it, just so the team benefits. So, fucking happy days, yeah. Bobby.
Yeah, can't argue with that. I'm going to go Robbo. Now, he's had a few plaudits this season, but he's played every single game this season, 38 games in the league, and largely, he might have had 1 or 2 shaky games, but he's been consistent 7 out of 10 all season. And I just think he's the one consistent, maybe him and Ginny, we've been able to count on all season. And Salah. But like just having that consistency of him there has been massive for us. And I think especially with Tsimikas having the injuries he's had, bringing him in, it's been vital that he's managed to keep himself injury free somehow. And I don't think it was spoken about as much as it should have been.
No, I think he's been brilliant, Robbo. And again, as you say, he did have a few shaky games. He's had a few games where like he just let attackers get in behind him. He has made mistakes, but again, it's a game of football. It's a 90-minute game where you've got to be compensated for the whole of it. And you know, he does fucking most games. He does something brilliant, whether it's bombing forwards or a quick pass or a vital tackle. So yeah, I'd agree with you, but I'd still say Bobby.
No, yeah, complete. Again, Bobby, great shout for it, couldn't I? Again, it's a great shout.
But I think Robbo, you do see in a game-to-game basis, you see what Robbo offers in his tackles and that, whereas we've seen Bobby can go missing for 3 games and be absolutely shit, but it's them little moments of magic he brings out the blue that can change a whole game. And yeah, I just expectation of saying he's a striker, but he's only scoring so many goals. It's a fucking different role. It's a completely different role than people.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Can't argue with it, as I say. So next one, goal of the season. Now, before you answer, I don't think about the moment. Just think about the actual goal itself. Just the best goal we've scored this season. Doesn't matter if it was the 5th in a 5-0 win. I'm not asked about the moment at the minute.
Burnley.
Which one?
Was it the last goal with Shaqiri crossing it through to Salah?
Yeah, I remember the game. Was it West Ham?
Was it West Ham? Sorry.
I think it might have been West Ham.
Just seeing the kit in my head. It was West Ham, yeah. It was a fucking unbelievable counter-attack. I think it was Trent to Shaqiri right away across the pitch. And Salah's finish. Fucking, that's my goal this season, stays right.
Yeah, it was a fantastic goal like that. When I remember when Shaqiri hit that pass and I thought, what the fucking hell are you playing at? I just thought he fucking skied it. And then Salah just goes, hey, nice one, perfect control, little outside of his foot. And I was like, what the fucking hell just happened there? Yeah,
unbelievable goal, that.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable. That's how much I take interest in other teams. I just seen kits.
Yeah, no, I think it was West. Yeah, it was West Ham because we played Burnley away, second to last game, didn't we? So, and that was earlier in the season. For me, I'm going to say I could obviously go with that, but I'm going to go to Trent against Villa. And I know what I said, but I think it's not that it was an important goal to win the game. I think it was important for Trent because he was getting absolute shit at the time. He'd just been left out of the England squad. And then the composure he's had to just pick it up, take a little touch away from the defender and curl it around another one. Keeper had absolutely no chance. It was picture perfect. He couldn't have placed it any better.
I remember seeing an image of it where there's like from on the screen, there's about a millimetre to aim for between the defender and the post, and he's hit it. And it's fantastic goal. That probably it's a better goal than Salah's.
The pass made Salah's goal. That's what it is, though.
Yeah, it was just the counter attack that 1 minute there in our ends, and we've fucking gone. And within 3 passes, it's in the balls in the net, and it was a massive goal.
It was the Liverpool of old, wasn't it? That was what it was. Not of old to say, like we've been shit for years. Liverpool of last season.
And so, in part this season.
Yeah. So the reason I didn't want you to think at the moment is because the next one is highlight of the season.
Listen.
And I already knew the answer. That's what's great about it. We've both obviously got the fucking same highlight of the season, but that's why I wanted you to pick a different goal, because I knew you would have said that otherwise.
I'll tell you, I've got 2 highlights. Go
on.
Obviously, the first is Alisson, because
obviously
the moment in itself, I've said it was fucking psychotic when it went in. I was laughing my head off and then smiling and dancing and fucking brilliant. Seeing raw emotion from the team, that togetherness, Eden Salah's raw, everything, it just went into slow motion, and you took every little second of it in, because I wasn't out for it. I was in on my own because I was on call, so I got to enjoy every little bit of it and see the team react to it. I didn't worry about VAR for the first time of the season. I knew instantly it was Alisson that had scored, and it was just an unbelievable moment, and it was that togetherness, like that celebration. That was the team saying, right, we fucking go now, and we're going to finish 4th or 3rd. So that meant the world to our season. That was a season defining. Well, it wouldn't have been, but at the time, that's your lifeline.
Yeah,
and it was fucking unbelievable. So that's
what was your other one?
My other one was the second goal against Palace, because
you knew that was it.
That was confirmed, and being in Jurgen's bar in town and looking round, and people bouncing off the fucking walls, and people grabbing each other by the faces, and all our lads were falling over fucking our seats and bouncing over each other on the tables. And then the atmosphere after that was, because I said to the lads, it feels absolutely mad. It feels like we've just won something because we're getting into Europe, but it's because of how lack of luck we've had. That's why it feels this way. If we'd had all our players fit and we were finishing 3rd, you'd be going home. You wouldn't be partying. End up in town. And it was a great moment to be with all the lads again, and falling over tables and chairs and just getting swilled and fucking dragged and pulled and punched. It was fucking bosh. And and then after it, there was a group of lads in front of us, group of lads at the side, fucking tables everywhere, lads were on the tables, on the seats, songs everywhere, and it just had that feel to it that, the Reds are back in town, aren't they? And I do believe it. I think this, to get where we've got the season, is absolutely magnificent, and to celebrate it with everyone was boss.
Yeah, it was fucking, it was just a great end to the season. We finally done it. We can fucking end on a high note. But yeah, Alisson's fucking moment was phenomenal. It was just fucking, unbelievable. I still can't actually put it into words properly how boss it was, lad. It was that good. It was like I said, it was the iconic moment this season as needed, just as a whole though. Like, not even necessarily just Liverpool, just this season has needed a moment, a moment to just picture and think that season was mad. And that's
like the season we won the league. It was Salah winning against United. That was the moment you go, right, we're going to do it. So I remember the conversation after that, because I'm a fucking, like, I have all my old loft, my little man cave is all Liverpool, and when Salah scored that and we celebrated, Josh was our fella, arse over tits in slow motion towards the screen, mate. Oh, lad. Salah scored that goal and he's gone over the chair, like, fell over the chair backwards, but stayed on his legs. He's still going in slow motion towards the screen, and then he just went past. And I was saying, all the lads, right, fucking get on Amazon, find me a Premier League trophy for the party in ours. We're going to have a party, and I'll have the league in time. And I've got it.
It is.
So that was the moment we knew. And Alisson's the week that was the moment when you go, fuck me, we are going to do it. And it's not the same. Finishing third, nowhere near the same joyous winning that league. But what we've been through this season, what Alisson went through, what Jurgen's been through, the injuries we've had, the lack of fans, the lack of investment in the squad, the current signs of the Super League, everything we've gone through, the bad feeling around, just lifted that instance. And we were just concentrating on the footy on the pitch and getting into that top four. As I say, the top four is literally go and get a load of boss players now because everyone wants to play the Champions League and load it down in the bank. So fingers crossed we spend it.
Yeah, exactly. So we've obviously got to talk about some of the bad things that happened this season. So biggest disappointment?
Losing to Everton at Anfield. But they throw it at us saying, he's won the league and you weren't there to see it. So fucking have some of that because you won't win there again and you didn't get to see it. You gang of fucking big heads. Yeah, so that's my biggest disappointment. And more so because the fucking dog shit of football. They're an anti-football heap of shit. And as soon as they scored in that game, I knew it was over. As soon as they scored in the first few minutes, I didn't want to watch it. I got absolutely obliterated. And I just got pissed. And I knew they were going to win it. We didn't even create football. But yeah, that was one of me. There was loads of moments, but that's the one. That's the one that's going to hurt the most because that's what they take out of the season. They finished 10th in the league, but they won at Anfield. So you might see a parade. I think George Raw might have fucking 12 people on it. That all statue next week. They'll have the little cuckoo clock out.
It's optimistic of you. For me, losing to Everton is never nice. I feel like at the time when they did beat us, it wasn't really an achievement beating us at Anfield. I think for me, the biggest disappointment was just losing the unbeaten home record. To Burnley as well. Like, if City had beat us and we'd lost it, you go, all right, yeah, it's City. But Burnley, you know what I mean? Fucking Brexit FC. It was losing the home record for me.
Yeah, it was big and it was a massive part of the failure this season. I think once them players, there was players there who hadn't lost a game for Liverpool. There was players there, you know what I mean? And then certainly not at Anfield. And then I think some of them did start believing that they weren't as good as they were and stuff. And it just went. And it happens. You can't be brilliant. Teams of the 70s, 80s, they all lose and they all go through bad patches. That's why records are there to be beaten. And unfortunately, we fucking blew them out the water this season. But, you know, we set it with 10-game unbeaten run. And we'll carry that on into next season and the season after, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Anfield will be a bigger fortress next season than it's ever been. Hopefully, because the fans have had a taste of what it's like not to be able to go. So fingers crossed. If they can sort the ticketing system where these little one-day wonders can't just go in and spend 200 quid in the club shop and record everything on the phones and they get actual people who give a fuck about the team instead, then no one's got a fucking chance at Anfield.
Yeah, I agree. What are you most excited about for next season?
The parade when we win the league. No, seriously, I'm just I'm excited for the summer to see what happens. I'm excited to have the positivity back. That fans are in the grounds. You know, the football team are going to be fit. So there's no negatives. The only negatives we can possibly have is if the owners don't spend. But I think they will. So they've got to go and prove that they're not all money minded. I'm excited for some of the players to get a rest and come back fully fit. I'm excited to see Thiago kick a ball at a wall if it has to be. Just want to see him play footy again. And yet, just seeing all the lads back fit, Jurgen Klopp smiling again and competing.
Yeah, You've answered it for me as well. Really,
But I do really think, like, as I've said before, and I think next year, that hunger in the team, I think we'll see a different Liverpool again. I think we pick it up a level more than we've seen. I think a few new faces, a few fresh faces, hopefully something in the departments of fucking health and safety gets sorted where we're not picking up as many injuries.
Yeah.
And let's just go again. They'll go full throttle.
Yeah, no, put it very well. I couldn't have said it better myself, so I'm not going to. So the last one to finish on. What's your predictions for the end of next season? We're sitting here in a year's time. What are we talking about?
I've got no top on. Shaved my hair off. And I've got a tattoo on my neck, a Klopp lifting the second league title. Now, personally, I really do. And, you know, in a year's time, we might look like a pair of dickheads, but I think in a year's time, there's two of them behind me. And I've got another picture of Klopp smiling. And I just think we win everything. And it sounds a bit naive and a bit daft, a bit far-fetched maybe, based on the season we've had. But anyone with a fucking brain cell in their head can see why we haven't performed the way we need to perform this season. I think the players are going to perform better than ever because they've missed the fans and the fans have missed them. So the atmosphere will be even better again, goes up a notch. We're in the Champions League. They're going to be grateful for being in the Champions League because they nearly weren't. I think there's just going to be a different hunger and I think we'll be a different beast. I think we'll just show no mercy whatsoever. Just go and play your footy the way you can with the players you've got and let's improve the squad and go and fucking tear it apart because we're more than capable. And I just want to see Klopp smile on the sidelines again.
That's it. I want United equalled in terms of league titles. And I want to add a 7th star to my arm. Got 6. Not a fan of even numbers, so let's make it an odd one. No, I'm just excited for it all, lad. Van Dijk back, Gomez back, Henderson back to full fitness, playing in the midfield with Fabinho and Henderson. Fucking look who we're going to be bringing in. Even just like it sounds a bit mad, but even like playing the new teams that are coming up, like playoff finals tomorrow. I hope to God Brentford come up just because.
Yeah, be like that.
You've never been up before, you know what I mean? Just little things like that. And more importantly, I think more than anything, I'm just looking forward to full capacity stadiums again.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear our players. I want to go to Goodison and hear Mane getting booed because he scored a hat-trick. And then the boos will turn to Carlo, obviously. He might be out by then, to be fair. I love that. I said it the other day, like even the Burnley game, they had 6,500 fans in or something. Mane got volleyed in the shin and went down and then was getting booed for it. But yeah. I loved it.
And I think he loves it. And I think that's the thing. Like some players just love sound and love atmosphere, whether it's for or against. And you've seen him smile many times when he's been kicked to fuck and he's been booed and he gets up and he smiles. And I think it showed he was a completely different player the other day. Yeah, and I really do. I think I honestly, when we go on about Liverpool fans being the 12th man and how important they are and that, realistically, we will see the difference in them next season. We'll see it. You'll get to see with your own eyes how much influence them fans have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's massive. It's massive. It really is.
Yeah. Well, that's all we've got for today. I think we've covered everything from the end of the season. Obviously, we'll be back whenever there's big transfer news to be spoke about, or hopefully we can get one or two guests on over the summer and that, something to keep it occupied. But we can't wait for next season.
And up to Chelsea.
I'm not going to bring myself to say that because I feel dirty that I've got to support
them. The fucking Chelsea. I hope they batter City. But
so do I. But like I feel dirty at the same time, so I'm not going to do it.
You don't want to see my Chelsea tattoo then I got this morning?
No, I don't.
Honestly, as I say, I was saying last week I don't even want to watch the match, but I will.
I'm going to watch it because
I will. I'll cheer a Chelsea goal like it's our own, because I absolutely fucking despise Man City. And I despise Chelsea. Despise Man United. But at this moment, in my fucking midlife crisis, it's Man City who I hate the most out of everyone.
To be fair, the Europa League final the other day did make me remember how much I actually hate United.
Oh, it did, yeah, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much.
I said, do you know what? I made a mad statement probably a few months ago saying I'm quite enjoying Man United being half decent again, because when you're not nervous going into games with them and you're not asked and they don't bother you and you're not looking over your shoulder or looking up at them, it's not the same. You need United to be half decent so you can enjoy their misery. But when the 6th and 7th and shit, that's a different misery. That's just them being used to losing. When they get to cup finals and lose, like they did against Barcelona in the European Cup and that, I cheer that like it was winning, and that's the enjoyment in footy. And when it's teams like that, Man United, realistically, and they shouldn't be shit. I don't want to see them crumble to fuck, because they've been a massive part of my life in the terms of how I viewed football, because I've always been interested in what they're doing because I fucking hate them. And when you lose that, you sort of like, I miss hating them because they're shit and irrelevant. Now, seeing them, I felt sick watching that final. I really did. I felt sick, and then I fucking sat there, little can, and I enjoyed watching Villarreal lift the title. And as daft as it sounds, as much as I hate them, I'll do the exact same tomorrow if Chelsea win that. And it, as I said before, it's like watching two lads you hate go with your bird.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. But one of your mates is closer than the other one, so you want him to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking go and have a good go. Come on, Chelsea.
Come on, Chelsea. But anyway, yeah, as I say, we'll be back hopefully next few weeks. And thanks everyone for listening. Really appreciate the support we've got so far. Please, like we keep saying, send us any feedback that you've got. If you think we're doing shit, tell us. If you think we're doing good, tell us. If you think we can improve, just tell us. That's all we want. We just want to air what people think about us, what we're doing.
And if there's stuff we're not covering that you think we should cover, give us a shout.
Yeah.
Stuff we can improve on. Listen, this is literally not a money maker, it's a hobby. We literally sit here and have a talk, and the input we've had so far, we haven't had any negativity. And I think we could do it a bit just so we can fucking take it with a pinch of salt and improve on ourselves. But literally we just sit here, have a conversation, and it fucking through magic it travels the world and we get listened to all over the gaff. So we want to keep that up, and we want to get more listeners from it, more sponsors get interested, which fucking attracts more guests. And that's what, for guests, all they want is big numbers, and we're hitting decent numbers. But the more you share us, the more you support us, the more feedback we get, the bigger we get. So just keep helping us out, please.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and up the Reds.
Up the Reds. Alison the Redeemer. You know that.